And yeah, finally, sorry for the wait for this episode. You probably won't have to wait as long for the third one, but I don't want to get your hopes up. So yeah, see you then. Hello everyone and welcome to the third episode of the Zombie Café remake. I have mostly worked on visual updates for this episode, and I have reworked some models, their size, and basically the entire scene. I have also added some nice lighting, and the sprites now cast shadows thanks to a custom shader. On top of that, there is now some slight post-processing to give the game a better feel. And yeah, there are also visual effects as well as audio effects and music. Gameplay-wise, I have improved the save system, as it now also saves the recipes currently on the counters. Additionally, I have laid the groundwork for the progression system, as I have added levels and experience points. And before we begin, last episode I mentioned reworking the grid building systems code. After thinking about it, and really studying the code, I have decided it would be a waste of time, as the current code is actually already pretty robust, even though it is quite complex. But anyway, let's dive into today's episode. As mentioned in the intro, I have added new temporary models to the game. They look better than the cubes from before, though they are destined to be replaced later down the road. Also, the furnace, the counter and the sink used to be twice as big as the rest of the furniture, but I have chosen to scale them down, as it was in Zombie Café. This gives more options to the player when arranging their furniture. As you can see, I have reworked the whole scene. Please bear in mind that it is not the final version though. The restaurant is now much smaller as it was in the original game, even though in my opinion it is still a bit too big. You will be able to unlock and purchase extensions just like in the original game, and as you might have guessed, this is also groundwork for the future progression system. As I already said before, I have added some light post-processing, which is mostly anti-aliasing and depth of field. It's really light, but it helps the game look much better in my opinion. What helps piece the whole scene together is the fact that the sprites are now casting shadows. This is thanks to a custom shader that I found on YouTube. The link is in the description. The sprites casting shadows is another staple of the 2.5D style games like Octopath Traveler that I keep mentioning. The reason it is so important is that it gives a real presence in the scene to the sprites. Basically, it anchors them in the 3D space. It kind of proves their existence. The important things in life and in the game, like cooking, washing the dishes, eating and getting paid, now have both visual and audio effects. As mentioned in the intro, there is also now background music that I stole off YouTube, so now I'll just shut up and let you enjoy the atmosphere. This type of atmosphere is the core of the game to me. That's what I loved about the original game. Of course, this is just a rough, temporary version, and things will be fine-tuned in the future so that it will be as enjoyable as possible. To be fair, I had forgotten about it in the save system when I made it, but now whenever you have leftovers on the counter when you want to stop playing, you can just save the game and quit without fear, as it is all saved. However, it still does not save the current cooking state, and that will have to be for a later episode, as it will probably take a lot of work to make. Let's talk about the progression system for a bit. In the future, you will have access to new recipes, new characters, new types of furniture, extensions, and new features upon leveling up your restaurant. That's what I call the progression system. Lately, I have added the first cornerstone of that mechanic, the leveling system. When customers are done eating, you receive XP points equal to the price they paid for their food. So then you can track your progress towards the next level with the bar at the top of the UI. It looks like shit, but it's temporary, don't worry. Nothing happens yet when you level up, well, apart from resetting your XP and the bar. Also, the XP requirement scales linearly with your level, so it will take more and more XP points to level up every time. For next time, I will work on adding new recipes, new characters, maybe new furniture as well, but I don't want to get your hopes up, and I will create the progression system around those. This will probably take a very long time, so you might not see me for another month or two. However, I have already begun working on character designs, so here is a quick peek on what's coming. I do have some background in drawing, but not in a cartoon style, so it does not look the best, I'm sorry, but I promise I will get better.
Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.